We are good to go.
We are good to go.
Brian?
Keith,
Folks?
we are DenverWineGuys.com, and we are here to.
Who are you?
I'm Brian.
And I'm Keith. And we're here to taste some wine.
We're gonna give you our opinion on the Washington Hills 2007 Merlot.
I think we should get to it.
Well, let me ask you this question, Keith. Do you know?
Yeah.
Is this wine? Is it made around Mount Rainier?
You know, I do not know that.
Okay, I thought maybe you did through your studies on it, but they.
Do you know?
I don't, honestly don't, but they do have a picture. Should we just go ahead and show that to
Sure.
you? A picture of Mount Rainier on their label.
Isn't that the one that blew up? Back in the day?
No.
Which
no,
one?
that's St. Helens. Is that what you're thinking about?
Mount St. Helens, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, no, this is Rainier, like Rainier beer.
Right.
But I don't know if have you ever Googled over the state? It's amazing how you see this, depending on the time of the year, just black or the green ground, and you see this enormous white dot in the center of the state.
Right.
It's Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier's in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And the other one I was just talking about, St. Helens.
I blew up.
Yeah. It's gone.
Just like this wine's about to be.
They had too many mountains there anyway. I remember that. Man, that was a terrible thing that happened.
It was, but what a great thing happened years later after it started bouncing back.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that, the before and after pictures?
I have seen before and after. Yeah.
Incredible.
It is. I mean, Mother Nature knows what she's doing. You need to cleanse, kind of like cleansing your palate. She cleanses her palate sometimes, and that's part of the earth.
Well, it gets rid of forest disease and whatnot. But
right.
Hey, this isn't about forestry.
This isn't National Geographic.
This is Denver Wine Guys.
But hey, National Geographic, if you ever want to host one of your shows. Hi, I'm Keith.
I'm Brian.
Here we are on top of
Mount Rainier, or what used to be
Mount St. Helens. It ain't Mount St. Helens no more. It's a handhill.
All right, so back to this wine. Keith had asked me earlier, hey, Brian, do you like Merlot? So, Merlot, I got to say, yes, I do. And, I think it's interesting.
And you know what he said to me after I said that? He says, I like grape juice.
So, in other words, I like all wines. I mean, they all got a time and place.
If they're good, you like them, right? That's what I say.
Some
I don't like
are
wines
more
that suck.
appropriate than others. I agree. But I think it's funny after the movie Sideways, how the one comment that he makes in the movie, how it really plummeted Merlot sales. But how long ago was that movie done?
Sideways?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Because Merlot is back with vengeance.
I love Merlot.
Merlot is right behind Cabernet again, as it always was before the movie.
I like Merlot almost as much as I like Washington State.
Well, okay, that says a lot.
And this great Merlot, and as we say, you bring up Sideways, every time somebody brings up Sideways, you always get to mention, at the end of the movie, he's drinking almost pure Merlot out of that bottle.
I think it is 100% Merlot.
Was it 100%?
Yeah.
It's so funny. A lot of people don't pick up on that.
Yeah,
because there's no mention of it anywhere.
You'd
have to Google the name and all that stuff to know. But there's a lot of Merlot grown out of Bordeaux, so it's anyhow. So this is 2007 Washington Hills Merlot, and they don't have a website that I can find, so you have to go to preceptbrands.com. It's preceptbrands.com, and then they show all the labels and Washington Hills labels on there. You can buy it. There's a way of buying it online, but it's pretty widely distributed, and here in Denver, Colorado, also, and across the country. Brian's looking at the color because he's a color guy.
Color guy. Well, it's all about the experience and
first impression.
Well, you might ask yourself, or Keith may ask me, Brian, why do you look at the color? What do you? Come on.
Well,
all right. See, now he's asking the question.
Huh?
So
It's
I'm
like
going
looking
to
at
ask
the
you.
color. It's like looking at color ketchup.
No.
No, okay.
I'm asking you, the viewer, why do you look at the color of the fruit that you're about to purchase in the grocery store?
And they would say,
Well, if it's an orange and it's kind of yellowish
or green, or
yeah, then it's not ripe, which actually isn't true because of the gases that we put around it. But now we
but you
digress
probably won't pick it up.
But how about a Washington State apple, right?
Right.
That's supposed to be this beautiful dark red, well, a red color. We won't go break down color combinations. But if it were green,
On the color wheel.
if it were green, you would say, no, this apple's not ripe. Well, that's what you're doing. The same thing with you're inspecting the wine for its freshness and
First impression is important.
well, if the wine were brown in color, then it's going to tell you it's oxidized.
Right.
Or if it's a white wine and it was green in color, it would tell you that there's locked chlorophyll. We kind of talked about that before.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily
Cool
mean it's
climate.
bad.
No, not at all.
No. But yeah, first impression is important. That's why I always think it's important to smell the wine first.
Well, I always think you should look at it first, then smell it.
Well, we need some boxing gloves because you know what? I tend to not to. I used to look at the color a lot more. I tend not to do that. I kind of almost. You need to get in the habit of doing that again.
Well, not just the color, but you can see the viscosity of the wine by
Right.
the tiers, the legs,
Yep.
the arches that as they reach down the side of the glass.
So this has 81% Merlot, 11% Sangiovese, right? And 8% Cabernet Franc. Pretty interesting. I mean, you got Merlot, Sangiovese, which varietal mainly from Italy, and then Cab Franc, a big varietal used in France and Bordeaux, and so it's three combinations. I'm really surprised at the combination.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised in the outcome of the wine because of the blend. Very, very sophisticated style of wine. This isn't that fleshy, jammy, plum, fruit-driven style of Merlot. Though there's fruit to it. Don't get me wrong, but when I say sophisticated, this is the kind of wine. This is the kind of Merlot that when blind tasted, a lot of people would guess it to be a Cabernet Sauvignon.
Right.
So
You would not think this is Merlot.
big structured, yeah. It's not.
Nice base of acidity. High. I mean, for Merlot, the acidity is rather high. For me.
You're not getting your cocoa.
No, but I did get a little. Caramel out of it. I think it needs food.
I mean, you need food to have with the wine.
I do. But I'm tasting the wine, so it should be fine to have it without any food, right? Because we're critiquing the wine.
Yeah.
So I say, if you're going to buy this wine, you need to have it with food.
I would
How's
say,
that? How's that grab you?
yeah, it's probably as a winemaker designed a wine made for food for sure, but I can enjoy it without. But you're right. If you were to talk to the winemaker, of course he's not here to tell us so. But it's probably
He may be someday.
made to have with food. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Price? What? $10.99, $12?
It's between 10 and 12. Yep.
Okay.
10 and 12 at your local retail store. It should be.
And you know that for a fact?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because whenever I say price, I don't know. I'm just tasting it, saying this is what
You got
the price tastes like to me.
Yep.
So rating on this, 88 points.
88 points?
Yeah. What would you give?
I'll say 87.
Really?
Yeah.
We're trending today. We're trending that I'm 1 point higher than you on just about everything.
Yeah. And that's,
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm enjoying everything a little bit more today than you are.
I think it's solid. It almost has a green, a tinge of green to it. It just definitely needs
On the finish, I get the green on the finish.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing either.
Yeah.
It's more of a complex Merlot. It's not a Merlot that you sit around and just sit and drink. You know, I think it's one you have with food. So
or one, if you don't have with food, that you sit back and you discuss.
Right. And
for
now we're going to discuss saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
He's Bryan.
He's Keith.
And this is DenverWineGuys.com.
Goodbye.
See ya.